Hey everyone, welcome back to Andrews Aviation. Today we'll be flying from Chicago Midway to Baltimore Thurgood International on Southwest Airlines. Let's go. Whoa, is that me? I have a face and a body? Oh my gosh. As you guys can see, I normally take the bus in between the economy parking lot and Chicago Midway terminal, and I think it's a really cheap and easy way to get to the airport. On this particular trip, the bus driver that drove me from the economy lot to the airport actually recognized me from my previous trip to Boston, and we had a nice conversation there. As you can see, since all this was happening at 3:30 in the morning, there's literally no one here at the airport. And then there's me here trying to vlog like a noob and be all professional. A quick trip up the escalator and a short walk over brings us to Southwest self-check-in kiosks. For me, these self-check-in kiosks were really easy to use. And I also probably look like a complete dork while filming this, but all of the process was really straightforward, and you just select exactly what you want, like if you want to print bag tags or just your boarding pass, and then you move on with your life. 6:20 a.m. Everybody's happy for an early flight. One of the great things about flying at 6 o'clock in the morning is that, as you can see here, there's almost no one at security. After going through security at Chicago Midway, you're led right into a food court area. And me being me, it was early in the morning and I was hungry, so I decided to go get something. Unfortunately, most of these restaurants don't start serving their full menu until after 5, but I was hungry now, so I decided to get this banana nut muffin that was expertly packed. The muffin here was about just as good as it looked. I mean, it was nothing special, but it got me through the morning.
It was a decent breakfast, so now I guess go to the gate.
And there's your dose of some more awkward teenager. All the flight times are conveniently displayed right next to the food court.
Unfortunately though, I mean, it's really early in the morning, so not a lot of places open, but it's nice to see how many laps you can get in when you're at the airport.
Wow, Andrew, you're really good at this, and I'm not being sarcastic at all. But yes, I strongly recommend, if you have any spare time and you don't have any money to go shopping because you're a broke high schooler, then you should walk as many times as you can around the airport. My record is 3. See if anybody can beat me.
One of the areas I found over here, which is this nice new area. Looks really cool, but no one's really open, unfortunately. So I guess we'll have to save that for next time.
Okay, now that I can't feel my legs anymore, time to head over to our gate. Now, if you're the kind of person that doesn't like to walk around and just go straight to the gate, Chicago Midway Airport has a bunch of open seats available and has free Wi-Fi, as you can see here on my computer. It's not the best Wi-Fi, but it'll get the job done. Midway and Southwest also provide free TV, as seen here. Anyways, here's our ride to Baltimore, a 737-700 registered as November 422 Whiskey November. It's 17.3 years old. As many people know, Southwest has a special check-in system where you check in online 24 hours before your flight, and first come, first serve is where your boarding position is. Now, I wasn't very fast and I ended up at the back of the B group. But fortunately, there's still a chance for a decent window seat. The best you can really do is just keep your fingers crossed as you walk down the gate with all the other passengers. Right here, this is the best part of boarding. You get to step on the plane and step, and we're on. I always think that's cool. After finding a spot for your massive carry-on bag, we can settle down in seat 17A with a great wing view.
Comment AC for the normies who skipped ahead.
Alright, now that we're boarded, time for a speed seat review that nobody's seen before ever. First, the legroom. Now, I'm not quite sure how this compares to many other carriers, but Southwest, based on my experience, has been pretty generous with their legroom, as I've definitely seen worse. The tray table here is pretty decent sized, and it takes up a good portion of the back of the seat. You could easily fit a laptop on here, or a tablet. For the rest of the goodies in the seat back pocket, we have your basic safety information card, Southwest's free entertainment on their app, their drink menu, and their in-flight magazine that I don't know how many people actually read. Some people always worry about the stretchiness of the seat back pocket for how much stuff they can fit in it. Well, here's a water bottle. It's about the size of a Pringles can. So guys, I got something exciting. One of the flight attendants came around and I actually got invited up to the cockpit after the flight, so stick around for that. Or you can skip ahead. Oh no, is that a fourth wall break? It is. About 10 minutes later after boarding, we pushed back with no delay.
This will activate your flow of oxygen.
I don't know about you guys, but takeoff is one of my favorite parts of the flight. It's always so fun and exciting. As we climb out, here's a fun fact about Chicago. All these clouds here are due to the steam and the heat from all the coffee brewing down below us. And if you're a Chicago lander just like me, you'll know that that's a complete lie. But in all seriousness, it is really nice to fly up Chicago Midway because you get great views of Chicago, especially this one where you can just see the tip of the Willis Tower and other buildings. Once we reached our cruising altitude over Michigan, the flight attendants came around and started taking orders for drinks. After that muffin earlier, I was in a chocolatey mood, so I felt a hot chocolate would be the most satisfying right now. But of course you have some time between when they take your order when they actually bring your drink, so it's some time to sit back and slump into your chair and for some reason pat the headrest. Now I'm sure many of you guys do this too, but I always love bringing a certain brand of sandwich cookie aboard a flight. I can't say which because then I'll get sued for $1 million. But I think we all know what we're talking about. Now, of course, when the flight attendants come around and pass snacks, you have your typical pretzels, which I found for some reason very hard to open. I don't know why, but I just can't get over the exquisite flavor of crunchy bread and salt. Hey, my hot chocolate's here, and I gotta say, that caution hot label on the cup isn't lying. This thing is really hot when they give it to you. But I love this cute little heart pin that they gave in it. Now that my hot chocolate's cooled off for about 20 minutes, I can finally drink it. And I have to say, it tasted pretty good. It was very good. Thankfully this time my hot chocolate wasn't served scalding hot, so I actually had time to finish this before the flight attendants come around and pick up our trash. And I don't have to hide it this time. Since this flight was only about an hour and a half long, after serving drinks and snacks, there's not much time to really do anything else. So the best option is pretty much just to plug in your headphones and stare out the window. And just like that, we're already on our descent into Baltimore. So let's just enjoy the ride in. Overall, I had a good time on this flight. This flight wasn't anything special or not one of my best experiences, but I always have a good time on Southwest. The crew was really nice and attentive, and it was good to be on a flight that was long enough for them to serve drinks. As I've said before, Southwest has a hospitality that's really hard to match. Now for the cost, this flight totaled me $68 for one way. And that's pretty standard for an early morning flight, but I'll take a good deal whenever I see one. Alright, the flight's over, so now we can go see the cockpit. Let's go.
Wow. 737-700. It's a 700. The quickest way to tell, there's two temperature control knobs. The one for the back, and the 200 has a forward, and 800 has a forward and aft.
Ah.
That's the quick way to tell. And the quick way to tell an 8 between an 8 and a max is these are bigger. And an 8 and the max, this is one screen, it's not two.
Right. I heard that's really nice.
Oh yes. It'll spoil you real fast. This is the brain. This is the FMD. This is a multifunctional display, which gets you into the flight management computer, which is how you tell it everything you want to do. The box knows what it's doing.
And then it's pretty much just looking at the paperwork you get and plugging it in the computer.
So now we're making sure what this says matches this line right here. This is how we're filed. This is how the box thinks it's doing it. So you want everything to match.
Right.
So it's got Terp 6 for May, Q72 to hatch, J149 to Fort Wayne to pick up the Tank 3 arrival. Now the box knows where it's going. It's going to fly it there.
Pull up. Airspeed low.
Well, thanks for letting me up. This is really awesome.
You're welcome.
Have a nice day. Alright guys, that was really fun. Well, welcome to Baltimore. Now, it was really awesome with those flight attendants to let me up into the cockpit. Got to see a lot of cool things to talk with the pilot.
Alright guys, that'll be it for this episode. So thank you for watching and have a wonderful day, everyone.